It was a really tragic day for many, many people, not just for those who lost loved ones, but also for those who lost possessions, lost their homes, lost things that they had had for many, many years.
My passion for the aged care food really goes back to my grandparents. I want to make sure that they feel that they are happy with what I'm doing and they are proud of me. We do a little dance. We get bits from everybody and we all know our movements. We all know what we have to do to get that end result.
I respect, older people so much. They've got so much to give, and people overlook that a great deal. And to be able to help someone to maximise what they've got to, and like I said before, to have choices, to be able to stay in their own homes if they want to, to do the things they want to in the community, that's a real privilege.
It was a day that was just started off as an ordinary day, but it was a day that was overcast like this. There was a lot of clouds in the sky, and we had no idea that it was going to be as bad as it turned out to be. There was such a torrential amount of rain that fell, something like 20 inches in an hour, that fell over Toowoomba, and then it just swept down into places like here, like Postman's Ridge and Murphy's Creek, and then followed down to Helidon and Grantham and Gatton and all the way down through the Lockyer Valley, and just caused terrible, terrible damage and loss of life all the way through. Sylvia was an older lady who was living here by herself, and she had the house here on that slab and a shed over there. Now, it was a solid 3-bedroom brick home, but unfortunately they built it right on the edge of the creek. And when the waters came down, they came down with such force that they literally blew the house apart. They literally washed the house away. And Sylvia is one of the ones, as you'll see here on the memorial, Sylvia was one of the ones who lost her life here in Postman's Ridge.
When the floods came through this shop here, we lost about 90% of our floor stock and our fixtures. So we had nothing left. But then people started bringing in goods. They brought in food and milk and bread and fruit and vegetables and clothes and linen and bedding. So we turned this into a recovery centre. Even now, even after a couple of years, we still have customers coming in here who have become friends and talk to us about what happened when the big flood came through. And some people are still hurting, and sometimes they just need to come and talk.
Most of these people have had their lives changed forever. Not just the people who've lost somebody, we can understand that their lives will never be the same. But for others who've had to move everything or have had to refashion their whole lives, we've been trying to help them rebuild their lives, to bring their lives back together again. For some people, even to find meaning and purpose in their life again.
You can see the watermark still on the shed. It's just high enough to go into machinery and ruin all electric motors in the workshop.
From a Christian point of view, some people say, well, the church is involved in this, why is the church doing this? And I can honestly say that very few people who we've helped have come to church, but that's not the idea. If we were just doing it to get people to come to church, then I think our motives are all wrong. Our motives are to love people because God loves them first and foremost. So our job, my job, is not to bring people to Christ, it's to bring Christ to people.
Okay, everybody. Guys, just wanted to run through the day with you. So we've got a few extra things today we need to look at. So we've got two functions. We've got International Nurses Day, so we need to do our big healthy salad bar. So Scott, can you look after that? Joe, my passion to come here is because I want to see really good results, and I always tell everybody that my passion to making sure that this is done well is the fact that I look at all our residents as they're all somebody's grandparents. When I came to PresCare, my grandmother herself was just need to go into care. So I took the attitude that I will look after everybody as much as I would look after her. Family is very important. So you need to make sure that everybody here, their family is important to them. So we need to look after their family the best we can. So which is drive me to produce and look after our residents. It makes me want to make sure that they're happy. It makes me want to make sure that we're fulfilling everyone's needs. And that's what my passion here for. And that's what's made it so easy for me to step in through and live those values of PresCare. But this is probably the most rewarding, but also probably the most difficult job that I've had. Because as I said, it's not just about the one person at the end. So I'm meeting not one person's needs, we're meeting 300 people's needs. We produce over a week about 24,000 pieces of food. So together to produce that, we do a little dance. We get bits from everybody and we all know our movements, we all know what we have to do to get that end result. We're normally in a restaurant situation, it's only about the end result, it's only about that one person and their meal, but we have to talk to our dietitians. We talk to our speech therapists because it's all about textures. It's all about making sure people are getting the right proteins and nutritional as well. And I think we are as a big family here. That's why we do the job that we do, because it's all about our care and compassion. We're not just individuals, we're a whole, we're a collective. And that just goes also for outside of the kitchen. I mean, it's Team PresCare.
Every Friday when I wake up, I look forward to doing Meals on Wheels because I know that I'm helping people I want to help, that they need meals and I can do that for them, and it gives me a good feeling too.
Happy birthday to you for Sunday. Happy birthday to you for Sunday. Happy birthday.
We do exercise classes, so we've got 2 different exercise classes, and the first exercise class is for our diabetic clients. What we want them to do is to work hard, because we know that for diabetes, to get the best result for your diabetes is to control your blood glucose levels. So doing hard exercise, resistance muscle exercise, builds muscle and it helps control the blood glucose level. I get excited because you can see people getting stronger, you can see people moving easier, and they say it too, they feel better, they feel stronger, and it helps maintain mental acuity too. I love helping people, and you don't have to hear that you help someone and that they benefit from that. To be able to see that, that's really motivating. I would want that for me, I'd want that for my mother and father too.
It's a pleasure to come because I belong to such a nice group, and I fully appreciate all that Helen does for us. She's wonderful.